The conversation online has exploded again, with people insisting that an alleged ex-girlfriend of Jungkook has now confirmed his current relationship. At the same time, another rumor has taken root, claims that Jungkook might be preparing to leave his label and detach himself from existing contracts. And sitting right next to all of this is a growing pile of speculation about the label itself. Some fans are even jokingly, or seriously. Let's unpack everything, one layer at a time. With the label currently tangled in scandal and navigating its way through the court system, the environment has become a breeding ground for confusion and conspiracy. When legal documents are public and every update becomes a headline, people will naturally form their own conclusions about what's really going on behind the scenes. One of the biggest topics fueling online debates is the situation involving Scooter Braun and Bang PD during Scooter's final period with the company. Different theories have been floating around, so I want to break down what's being said and what, realistically, makes sense. This isn't meant to be an attack on anyone involved, just a perspective based on what has been publicly discussed. A major talking point has been the claim that the label somehow lost over $140 million and that the CFO had no idea where the money went. This sparked accusations of fraud, embezzlement, and misused funds. But when you actually look at what the CFO stated in internal meetings, he explained that the funds went toward artist-related expenses, music rights acquisitions, various renovation costs, and general business expansion. Now, whether people believe that explanation or think it's accurate is an entirely separate matter. But the important point is that the money wasn't reported as disappearing into a mysterious black hole. It was accounted for even if some fans question the legitimacy of the expenses. And frankly, corporate spending on rights, property, infrastructure, and acquisitions can easily reach those numbers. Another rumor centers around Scooter Braun's exit, specifically, the idea that he left abruptly to avoid taking responsibility for wrongdoing. Some have painted his departure as a frantic escape from accountability. But realistically, if he had committed major financial crimes, leaving the company wouldn't shield him from government agencies. It's not as if stepping down and becoming an advisor suddenly makes someone invisible to authorities. He originally signed a 5-year contract, and from what is publicly known, he simply completed that term and moved into a more indirect advisory role. So the idea that he ran away with money doesn't align with how corporate investigations or legal systems work. The label's recent financial losses have also been a point of constant speculation. Many assume these losses indicate fraud or corruption. But anyone familiar with business growth strategies knows that expansion is expensive. HYBE purchased multiple companies, large, expensive ones. And when you're buying businesses worth hundreds of millions, sometimes billions, there is always a risk that the investment won't pay off. Sometimes the financial reports of an acquired company look better on paper than in reality. Sometimes the operational transition fails. Sometimes a business simply doesn't perform once it changes ownership. None of that automatically equals a scam, it's just part of the business world. And when HYBE expanded aggressively, it was statistically inevitable that some deals wouldn't work out. There's also the claim that the label lost so much money that they were forced to give artists bad deals and cut corners. These rumors come largely from the pandemic era, or slightly after, before BTS renewed their contracts. But this argument doesn't hold up logically. BTS is one of the most powerful music acts in the world. They are not trapped. Labels around the globe would line up to give them incredible contracts, because BTS guarantees success. If they chose to renew with HYBE, it's because they were satisfied with the deal. No one forced them to stay. Now let's move into the hot topic, Jungkook's supposed decision not to renew his contract. A rumor has spread claiming that Jungkook signed a special agreement suspending his contract for 18 months during military service, and that this freeze is now ending, meaning he supposedly refused to renew. The strange part is that this rumor is built from absolutely nothing. There is no document, no leak, no misinterpreted article, nothing at all supporting this theory. And yet, people are writing essays, arguing online, and treating it as factual. The intention behind the rumor seems clear. Some fans want Jungkook to leave HYBE. They want the fantasy of him starting fresh as a fully independent solo artist. And even though HYBE has openly stated that BTS has a scheduled comeback in mid-next year, which would obviously include Jungkook, people are still clinging to an idea that has zero evidence. Furthermore, contracts for any BTS member are not public. The only things we know are what the members or the company decide to share. We don't know their private business agreements, their real estate contracts, their healthcare paperwork, or anything else they sign. So the idea that fans somehow know the details of a secret suspended contract is unrealistic. Now on to another rumor that refuses to die, the narrative involving HYBE, a Korean actress/model who fans randomly decided was Jungkook's ex-girlfriend. She recently posted a caption that included the phrase "forget your boyfriend," and suddenly the internet exploded with claims that she was referencing Jungkook in winter. To be clear, she has never confirmed dating Jungkook. No credible source has confirmed it. This entire narrative was fan-created from the very beginning. The caption itself is vague. If anything, the phrase suggests she's talking to a woman, not a man. But fans twisted it into a secret message aimed at Jungkook, supposedly confirming a breakup or reacting to dating rumors. Some people are accusing her of intentionally posting during the rumor cycle to get attention. Others say she's a mastermind for posting at the perfect time. But realistically, people are allowed to post on their own social media whenever they want. Not every post is a coded signal. And even if she did want to capitalize on the sudden spotlight, who could blame her? Fans dragged her into a narrative she never asked for. If she chooses to make the best of a bad situation, that's understandable. The saddest part is that she's receiving hate and even threats over something completely made up. A fictional story invented by fans has now spiraled into real-world harassment. It's genuinely alarming how quickly people will build entire conspiracy theories out of nothing and then attack someone over the fantasy they created. Overall, this entire situation, from contract rumors to ex-girlfriend narratives, is a giant example of how misinformation spreads. People take assumptions, add drama, twist timelines, connect unrelated events, and suddenly it becomes fact in fandom spaces. But none of these narratives have proof. None of them come from credible sources. And yet people are fighting over them as if they're real. At the end of the day, only time will reveal what's truly happening with the members and the label. Until then, all we can do is wait for actual announcements instead of clinging to rumors created out of thin air.